Badly Drawn Boy. Born Again on XFM 104.9. Here we are then. Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Raring to go. He's a bit grumpy, Karl. Woken up at 8 o'clock.
Because he's from the north.
Yeah, because he's in London.
Yeah.
And London's rubbish, right, isn't it? Oh. You can't even get a Band-Aid in London, can you? Or grouting. In Manchester, I could walk to the next shop and definitely get some Flash, or maybe some Vim. You can't get it down there. You gotta go to a trendy bistro, haven't you? Karl, why are you grumpy?
I told you before, I'm just a little bit tired today.
'Cause he had to get up, but the builders next door woke him up.
No.
He's always going about his hours. Those builders probably got up at 6.
Yeah, but I can understand builders who get up early because they're building outside and they've got to get the job done before it gets dark, but he's working in someone's lounge. If it gets dark, put the light on. It's not a problem. So why is he starting work at like 7 o'clock in the morning?
Well, because the builders get paid by the day, and if you get a builder and go, I'll just do 11 till 3, he's not going to go, I tell you what, love, just give me 40 quid. I didn't do a whole day. It's a day's work, isn't it? So you want to get the most out of them, don't you?
Plus, he probably wants to finish early so he can have a good night out.
Yeah, it's a Saturday night, you know what I mean? He wants to...
Yeah, he wants to get at least 15 pints in.
And he was cheery, I bet he was whistling and, dancing around and tapping, so I don't know how you can be annoyed at that. Why don't you get earplugs?
I don't like the idea of earplugs.
Why?
Because I live in a flat, so it's not as if I'm looking after my house, right?
I know. Already, I've lost you.
No.
That wasn't even a whole sentence and I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but what I mean is...
What?
If you live in a house, right, you know that you've turned the lights off downstairs, you know you haven't got a frying pan on, right?
Right,
okay,
so,
not really.
Keep him going.
But I live in a flat, and I don't know what the other people are like. There might be some daft people in there who don't...
imagine that.
Right, who don't turn stuff off. Now, if I have earplugs and the fire alarm's going off, I'm not going to hear it. I'm going to have a good sleep, but who knows what could happen? So I don't like earplugs. It's not safe.
Okay.
If you live in a block of flats.
But I think you'll find, because I've used them, I think you'll find that a fire alarm will cut through
I wear them sometimes, if it's noisy or I want to go to bed early or something, and I hear my alarm clock, and it goes, beep, 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 beep. It's that loud.
Okay, well...
And a fire alarm is deafening.
Alright, so we've talked in the past about snails who sleep for 13 years.
No, you have. That's never been confirmed. In fact, the expert hadn't heard of it.
Well, they do.
Okay.
I read it on different sites.
Okay.
So how much does it take to wake them up? Got you.
What do you mean?
Well, they sleep for 13 years.
Yeah, but it's probably, but I don't know what you mean by sleep. It's not the same sort of pattern that we have in a mollusk, is it? There's different, what is sleep? It's
when you're sort of shut down, and...
But they can estivate, they can actually literally
shut down. No, but they didn't say that, they said they sleep for 13 years. I mean, have you ever had, like, more than 10 hours sleep?
Yeah.
Feel really groggy?
Well, no, I feel good after 10 hours sleep.
I feel rough. I just was thinking what a snail would be like. Be like, oh.
Be even slower than normal.
Be even slower than you. Play a record.
Well, anyway.
Email in if you know what on earth Karl's talking about.
Ever. Yeah. Wu-Tang Clan. Uzi on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. We've got a lot to get through. We got things like Radiohead to play. We got Feeder. We got Teenage Fan Club.
Sure.
We got 2 new competitions, Steve.
Go on.
A great one coming up. A film competition.
I'm excited.
That's great. And a music-based competition.
Is it right to say that Rockbusters is no longer?
We've still got Rockbusters.
Really?
Hanging on by the skin of its teeth.
I thought we got rid of that. I thought we'd all agreed that we got rid of that rubbish.
No, I think we should do it. I think people like it.
Nobody wants it.
It's because he got his name in Heat now. It's Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington and Heat said they like Rockbusters. That's why.
Karl, I thought we had a meeting and we agreed that it was not going to happen anymore.
He's worried about the fans.
There's a guy here emailed in, he just emailed in 3 band names. He said, I may as well email in now on the off chance these are right, because it's such an arbitrary quiz.
Yeah.
It's essentially a waste of time. The clues are so complicated.
D. Frida Payne. That was a classic. That was a classic Rockbuster, wasn't it?
When they start getting a bit ridiculous and that, and people aren't getting them, then we'll...
You can't drink that pop now. Shaka Khan.
No.
That was another piece of genius.
Well, I think we've already reached that stage, Karl, to be truthful,
only just got in this river, and there's loads of logs. Justin Timberlake, he said river. Lake, he said river. Lake, he said river. Just few of the highlights. A Rockbuster.
Can you please promise that this is the last one today? Because it's really, I think it's bringing the show down.
Steve, he can't promise he'll remember the answers today. How can he promise what's going to happen next week?
I still think it's got legs in it. Let's just see how it goes next week.
You're not going to bring it back next week. It's got to be finished. We've got to put an end to it. We've got to give it a sort of final sending off.
Okay, I'll tell
We've
you
got
what.
to smother it, Carl, for its own good.
I do want to trial this new film quiz we've got, because it's, I mean, I'm excited. I think it's the best competition we've come up with, to be quite honest. I mean, Carl, you agree, don't you?
It's alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's a film-based quiz.
Right.
We'll play you a clip from a classic film. I can tell you the film we're going to play. It's The Sixth Sense.
Right.
And there'll be a question afterwards, and you can win The Sixth Sense.
On DVD?
Yeah, not the ability to sort of tell when someone's behind you, just as film. Don't, you know. Do you believe in sort of like extrasensory sort of perception and stuff, Carl?
Ghosts and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Not ghosts, no, the fact that people maybe can sense, beings.
There was a woman in on the Christian's breakfast show, right?
Yeah.
Blind woman.
Right.
Clairvoyant.
Is that her name?
Forgot. But she was a bit useless.
She's a bit useless.
I'm always worried about what's going to come out of
I'm
Carl's
worried
mouth.
what you mean. What?
Do you know what I mean?
She's a bit rubbish at being a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think if you're not that good at something, don't go on the radio and do it.
Carl, you better leave.
So, what, sorry.
Well, she was saying,
So what was the relevance of her being, blind? What was that for? What did you say?
I just thought it was a bit weird. I think she was using that because the fact that she can't see living people, but she can contact the dead ones.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is XFM 104.9. Once again, Carl's opinions do not necessarily reflect anyone.
Those of any human being.
Any other person alive today.
Sorry, Carl, so how did she demonstrate her clairvoyance, and why was it not very convincing?
She was sat in the chair you're at, right? And people called up and said,
I sensed that.
Weird.
They called up and they said, right, can you have a word with me, Gran?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, she's dead, isn't she? And it's like, yeah. He goes, ooh, and everyone's like, ooh, she knows her stuff.
It was 50-50 to be fair.
Yeah, and especially with a gran, because the person sounded about 35, so the chances are they haven't got a gran anymore.
Yeah.
And it was just
unless it's the fellas from Busted, because they, in the year 3000, they've only got to a great-great-granddaughter, and that's 1,000 years, so presumably, you know, they can live a lot longer.
Yeah. I just wasn't convinced anyway. I don't want to diss her, because, you know, she came in and she did her stuff, and if people believe in it, I'm not going to put it down, but it just was a little bit odd.
You believe in it? You just think she didn't have the real power, as opposed to it being rubbish?
No, whatever. But yeah, I don't know what we were talking about there. So we've got the film thing going.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Film.
What were you talking about earlier about glasses as well, and Steve taking his glasses off? What was that?
What are you saying that in front of him now for?
Was it an insult?
It wasn't really an insult.
Carl, what were you up to?
No, what was it? I genuinely don't remember. I genuinely don't remember.
Well, I just like Steve. I'm not having a go, right? Just saying how people. It's a bit weird that you've got glasses because you've got a good pair of eyes on you, right? That isn't an insult.
What were you talking about though? What was it? Why did
it was the fact that people who wear glasses always look a bit weird without them on. It's like, you know, they should wear glasses.
Okay. Why did we get round to this? What was we talking about? What were we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
It sounds like an insult, even it wasn't intended as one.
It wasn't.
It sounds like an insult, Carl.
It does, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I should be allowed to punch you every time you insult me now.
No, but I'm not having a go.
I'm going to give you a dead arm.
Look, Steve, if you always
even if it wasn't, you intended it to be one.
What you...
Oh, that was real. Play a record.
Yeah, but
it's mad.
Every time you insult me from
That's mad. Oh, is this the Cardigans? Great, brilliant.
I didn't even say anything.
It makes me feel better. I can enjoy the rest of the show.
How much... You know, like I've said to you, life's about learning.
What do you want to learn?
I'm just saying that's what life's about. If you don't learn anything, then what's the point? You might as well be a mayfly.
Right.
We've got all these years on the planet.
Yeah.
See something.
Hold on. This is what Steve's saying.
I know. But I'm saying, watch it on the telly.
There we are. There's the rub. Righto, Kylie. portions for foxes.
If you love good music, by the way, you should tune into Six Music on
Well-
Sunday afternoons, the Steve Show.
Well, at the moment you're listening to Enemy Radio.
Well, yeah, but
You can listen to that on enemyradio.com or on your telly,
yeah,
on the internet,
go to
everywhere around the
Steve
world.
if you want
Enemy, probably along with Rolling Stone, one of the most famous, most respected
yeah.
music.
Well, yeah, but you can carry on reading.
Magazines.
You can carry on reading Rolling Stone magazine after you're about 16 years of age. Have you read The Enemy? Well,
Not for a while.
The letters pages. People complaining about the haircut of the bloke from the Kaiser Chiefs. It's not a pressing concern. Move on.
That's the problem, isn't it? That's me with music. I like to sing along to a track, but
I doubt that.
I do. Well,
Go on.
No, I sort of hum.
Go on then. What's the last track you hummed along to?
What's your shower song? People supposedly have a shower song they sing in the shower. What's yours?
Oh, well, with my boiler being broke, it's got to be a short one.
How's that going?
People won't believe it. See, that's the other thing that people think, you know, I've been moaning about the boiler since, about 2006?
Yeah.
I've had it fixed loads of times, still the fault now. Every summer, it's come round again, you know, the hot weather, it's not working.
Get a new boiler.
I can't get a new one. People keep saying get a new one, I can't get a new one, 'cause
Why?
no one will fit one in the cupboard that it's in.
What, you can't find a single boiler in the world?
No, what they said was, British Gas said they can't touch it because it's dangerous.
That's good.
I got in a dodgy fella to try and sort it, and he said, oh, I don't want to tap that one, it seems too dangerous. He said, have you got an alarm in here? I said, what do you mean? He said, it lets out gases, make sure you have a thing, because this is old boiler, I'm not messing with it.
So immediately you went out and got that seen to?
No, I've got an alarm now.
Have you?
Yeah,
What, you're
it's fine.
genuinely telling me there is no one anywhere who
The-
can take this
the
boiler out? What
only
they got to do, they just got to blow up the house,
No,
have they?
what they said was, they said we can put one in your lounge for you. Because they said you've got to knock a wall down, all this, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You've got to knock a wall down.
They said knock a wall down to put up a new boiler, and I don't want to start knocking walls down just for the sake of hot water. It's not worth it. Put the kettle on. I can't be bothered. So yeah, it is still ongoing.
He ain't got to wash his hair, has he?
That's true.
So yeah, I don't really have a shower song. But yeah, music's all right. I just don't want to know everything about
Music's
it. It's like,
all right.
no, it's good.
It's one of the seven wonders
I
of the
know,
world.
I know it is. Yeah, it's good.
It's beyond. I can't describe. I couldn't try to describe how amazing music
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I know. It's
Not the shit we've been playing.
No, I'm just.
But I mean,
I'm
you
just.
know,
I'm
yeah,
just
good
saying.
music, classical
Vaughan Williams and Beethoven.
The music affects the brain in extraordinary ways. People with, you know, sleeping sickness who are otherwise almost in a vegetative state hear music, they can suddenly can come awake, they can sometimes even dance. You know, I was watching a documentary the other night about people with, you know, Tourette's syndrome, where it affects, you know, the body and different you know, they have spasms and twitches, but when they're drumming, all those spasms and twitches go away. Other people who've got the IQ of children, and yet they can play classical pieces, they can improvise in an extraordinary jazz way.
It does
It's a
something to
remarkable
you.
thing.
Music
It works on a
does something
subconscious
to
No,
level.
it does. Yeah, there's an Elvis song that my hairs always go up on my back every time I hear it. I don't know why. Every time I hear
Well,
it.
I know why, because
Yeah.
there's none on your head.
But you've worked in music, you've worked around music for years,
yeah,
and not
yeah,
once
yeah.
has it improved your IQ.
No, I like. Do you know the biggest problem, Steve? I don't want to moan.
You do.
You can't get away from noise these days, and that's the problem. I think that's music's almost got too important now. People can't think, and that's the problem with music. There's always noise. You can't get away from it, and I can't concentrate. If there's any sort of noise, I can't concentrate. My brain's going, "What's the noise?" And my ears are going, "I don't know. Go and have a look." And
I
my
love the
eyes-
fact that your brain's talking to your ears.
it's all connected.
The irony is, I genuinely think that conversation is going on
I
in
know,
Carl's head.
and I think the ears are slightly cleverer than his brain.
No,
Yeah.
they all kick in, don't they? I'm sat there, my brain's working.
Go
I might
on.
be writing something, I might be doing that book, I'm thinking my brain's going, right, yeah, it's working, and then a noise happens outside. My ears go, what's that? My eyes go, well, I'll have a look. Brain goes, yeah, go on then. Suddenly, they're not even thinking about the book.
They!
All the time.
They!
No.
It's you!
No, but
There's no conversation between ears and
this
eyes
is
and
where it's
brains.
interesting.
He's read the numbskulls. Do you remember that as a kid? Lots of little people inside a person's brain making it work. Herman's head for American.
Yeah, turning a wheel
Yeah.
to
I've
move
said to you
Go on.
though, well, how do you know which one's in charge? Because my brain was quite happy doing that book, but my ears got bored.
Make a note of that, someone. If you're listening, make a note of that. The brain was quite happy working on the book, but my ears got
No, the
bored.
way I see it is your brain is like the adult.
The
Your
what?
The adult.
Oh, I
in
thought
you.
you said adult.
And
The
your
adult.
ears and your eyes are like the kids, and they get bored quicker. And the brain's
Carl,
quite happy.
This doesn't work at all as a metaphor on any level. Biologically, philosophically.
It does.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work at all.
It does, because your brain does the thinking. Now, if I have earplugs in,
Yeah.
my brain can think better without the ears.
Yes, because there's nothing to put it off. It's concentrating. That's a distraction.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying to you.
Your ears are just receptacles.
Hear him out.
Yes.
Hear him out.
So if your ears can't do their job, it's like a well-behaved kid. It sits there. It's quite happy. It's not interested in what's going on around it. Take the earplugs out, they go mental. What's that noise? What noise? Go and have a look. Eyes, go and have a look.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the ramblings of a maniac.
Can you tell your brain to tell your mouth to talk some sense?
Well, which order would you say it works in?
Well, it's all working at the same time, isn't it?
No, but your brain's at the beginning of the... If it was a circuit, your brain's at the beginning.
Yeah, not necessarily. Not with hearing something. Your ears come first, but they're passive. Your ears are merely receptacles for sound, right? They're a conduit to the brain. So hearing is only thought. Hearing isn't the airwaves hitting your eardrum.
You can't block it out.
No, what I'm saying is that's a passive thing. Your fingers, when it touches something, it's your brain that develops that information. Your fingers aren't going, oh, I recognise that, it's a piece of cheese. It just touches it and your brain recognises it. It's all done in the brain. No, not convinced?
I'm just...
That information is still being worked on by the brain.
All I can do is tell you the way I work, and I know if I'm sat in a quiet place...
No, Carl.
With nothing around
No, you
me,
can't tell me the way your brain works.
My ears get bored.
That makes no sense at all.
I'm telling you, if I'm in a quiet place, my
Right.
brain is happier. It can focus on what it's doing. The ears almost go, there's now to here, call it a day. The eyes,
No, they
the
don't!
eyes are going, well, there's now to see outside. Just chill out. Whereas if there's a noise outside, if it's a noisy street, everything's kicking in. My brain's getting annoyed. My ears are going, what's that racket? My eyes are thinking, oh, what was that scream? What's happened?
What's your nose doing?
Why is your eyes thinking, what's the scream?
What?
Why are your eyes getting concerned with noise?
It wants to see what the ears have heard.
Cure, Lullaby, on Enemy Radio. With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And Karl Pilkington.
Right.
Now, straight after your holiday, you got home and then came out to visit me in Boston on the set of my film I was doing. How was that?
Well, I didn't want to do it, did I? He called up and said, do you want to come out? And
Do
I
a
thought,
favour for me. Ricky said, can you do a favour for me? You thought no.
Well, no, I didn't just go no. I sort of said, what is it? And he said, oh, well, you can just have a part. And he's like, what's the point, though? I'm not an actor. I can't act. What's the point? It's a long way to go. So anyway, he said, all right, don't bother. Then a week later, calls back and he says, bring Suzanne with you if you want. Oh, holiday. So I thought, yeah, I could treat Suzanne to that.
I thought a little part for him. They'd probably pay 2 flights.
Yeah.
You know, she's coming out. I thought, share it with friends. I was
I'm a generous guy.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, she'll love that. That'll get me in a good book. So I said, listen, we're going to Boston. She goes, right. Anyway, Ricky books the tickets and that. She can't get time off because we've just been in Menorca. So they said, hang on, you've just had a week off. You can't go anywhere. So I had to go on my own, right? Which, you know, fair enough. I'd said I'd go by that point. It'd all been booked. The costume that I needed for the film bit had been made. I couldn't get out of it. I was in too deep. Anyway, go there. Boston isn't worth seeing.
Oh.
I mean, you're talking about travelling the world and, you know, opening your eyes and seeing new things. There's nothing to see in Boston. It's Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. There's nothing else, is there? I'm not being unfair there. I mean, it looks nice. There's nice buildings.
You mean there's not a museum of the weird?
There's, they had something to do with tea bags, didn't they? That I told
No, it's the Boston
hotel.
Tea Party. It wasn't nothing to do with tea bags. It was the Boston Tea Party. That one of the founding events of America.
I know,
It wasn't something to do with tea bags.
So other than that,
it wasn't chimps. There was no chimps involved in the Boston Tea Party.
For me, I went out for a walk on 2 of the days when I wasn't having to work. And
yeah, only worked for 1 day.
Well,
Got 3 days free,
so-
4 days in a hotel, all paid for. 1 day's work. I mean, it really is. He really is ungrateful.
So anyway, Steve, I dressed up as a caveman in some old animal stuff, which you thought, well,
This was for the film, was it? This wasn't just your natural.
Yeah.
So could I just say it was not real fur? I insisted there was no real fur.
Well, you
used.
say that.
Yeah.
I get back, right, I'm run down because I didn't sleep when I was out there. I'm not very good. If Suzanne's not in the bed, there's something, it's like I feel...
What, she's got to be there to tell you to sleep?
Well,
Close your eyes now, Carl.
it just...
No, and our ears, stop
Listen
listening.
to my words. Stop, sleep now, ears.
So anyway, I wasn't sleeping, so I was there for 4 days or whatever. I must have had about 3 hours.
One real day's work filming, and he was shattered.
Really. Two.
He was absolutely shattered. He was weak. He was ill for a week afterwards. I did like 35 days. You know.
Yeah. So but you were sleeping. If you don't sleep, it's basic sort of biology. That if you don't sleep, you get run down. Sloths never get a flu because it's good, isn't it? That's when your body's replenishing.
Stop. Can we just go over that way? Replenishing.
What is it then?
Yeah.
Competition time, Carl?
Oh, Carl's looking forward to this. He's just getting all stressed about his half hour. Like Pete. Oh, go on. Go on,
It's
sorry.
just we should have done this a lot earlier.
Why?
It keeps them hooked in. Right. If you haven't heard the game before, I'll give you some initials, bit of a cryptic clue, and those initials and the cryptic clue makes up some band. Might not be an XFM band, but it's a band or a pop group or an artist or something.
Yeah.
It's on
What's the
email.
feature called though? What's the feature
It's called
called?
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters. Yeah.
Really?
Do you want to? Will we do this on email?
I think we ought to, because you don't like taking calls from the public, do you?
Well, he can't work the machine.
No, that's absolutely right.
It's not that. It's just that then it's pretty fair for everyone because
Anyone who's got a computer, you mean? So it's open to anyone who's got, you know, a computer or a laptop at their disposal at this precise moment.
Anyway, there's some cracking prizes, Rick, you'll be pleased to know, that obviously, once again, Carl has managed to collect together an arbitrary assortment of
Just looking round the office.
I mean, where did you get these from? Did you I mean, seriously, where did you get them from? Because it's
Right,
such
what-
an arbitrary
what have
collection.
we got there?
I don't know what kind of a person would want these items.
Right.
It's such an arbitrary selection, I don't know what kind of person you'd be.
Read them out. What have we got?
Well, there's another XFM compilation, which you've obviously nicked from somewhere in the office.
Yeah, it's
Fair
a
enough.
good compilation remix to
There's
album.
an album here, which is a promo album with 2 pigs on the front. I think it's the Smashing Pumpkins
Friends and
live.
Saunders.
I can't be certain.
Yeah.
This is the album. Didn't we give this one away last week? This
Well,
is
yeah.
just an arbitrary compilation album. Again, one of those kind of.
Is that the actual one you didn't send, Carl?
No.
To say-
I've
We've
got a couple
I've
of
got a
these,
job lot of them.
surprise,
Honest?
surprise, The Office
Oh.
on DVD, which is ludicrous.
Oh, I've
then-
seen it from here. What film? If it, like, listen, dear XFM listener, it's 2:30. You know, it's just a bit windy out. You're
Probably gonna stay in this evening.
Maybe do a bit of shopping you got, and then in a stay this evening. Or what film would you really want? No, I mean seriously. Think if you could see one film, right? What would you want to see?
DVD.
One of the
DVD.
big
One of the-
releases.
Yeah, it's great. Put them out there in misery, Steve. They'll be watching this tonight if they're a lucky winner.
It's the movie Stigmata. Stigmata with Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne.
Oh,
So look forward to
that's
that.
great.
That's the big one.
That is brilliant.
You're playing
oh,
for-
look at Carl's face. He's actually offended because he's the only one that puts any work into this show, and he's got competitions. He's got Educating Ricky, Rockbuster. He's
got the song with a story.
He's got a
coming up.
song with a story to come that he's like gone through them. It's
know.
unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah. So you're playing for that collection of arbitrary goodies, plus the big prize this week, Stigmata, featuring Gabriel Byrne.
Oh dear.
About a
Go on
woman
then.
who I think starts bleeding from the hands. It's a horror
Okay.
film, I think. You'll have to be 18 or over
I've
to
seen
take
it.
part.
It's not terrible.
Sure.
It's all right. But
Is it better than Children of the Corn, which was the big giveaway last week?
I haven't seen Children of the Corn. Go on then.
Right. So
Next
here's-
week, Teen Wolf 2.
Go on.
Here's
Go on.
the
And Tony Banks's own solo
Yeah.
album, Banks Statement. Tony Banks, remember, is the musician from the Much Loved Genesis, but we got that album to give away.
all right then. So right.
To
so,
win those exclusive prizes.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah. You've got to email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I saw a sellotape dispenser out in the office
There's
as
a
well, if
pair
you
of
want-
gloves that I don't know who's out, but they're out there and they've been there for a week. So,
Let's send them
pair
as
of
well.
gloves, a sellotape dispenser, and Tony Banks's solo album, Banks Statement.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Right. First one. Initials JT.
Initials JT. What's the cryptic clue?
Cryptic clue. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Hold on.
Yeah.
JT, and what's the clue again?
at the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, who could it be? JT. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah, go on,
Right,
next one.
second one, there's 3 of them you gotta get. Letter is W.
Yeah.
The clue, that lad's got bad asthma.
That lad has got
I've got that
asthma.
one already. I've got that
Yeah,
one already.
W.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
okay.
finally, the last one is the letter C.
Yeah.
And, the cryptic clue,
Carl is one of these.
Mousetrap is that musical, isn't it? This isn't the clue, by the way. It is called Mousetrap, isn't it?
There's not a musical.
It's not a
comedy,
musical,
it's a
but
play.
it's a
alright,
whodunit sort
alright,
of thing,
yeah, that's fine. Right, here's a clue. I saw that,
Imagine that. Imagine that on the real blockbusters.
Yeah, mate. Bob Hole is going, oh, can we stop a minute? Oi, you with the 9 teddy bears there. Mousetrap, that's a show, isn't it? Isn't it? I think so, Bob, yeah. Right, okay, here we go.
Yeah, carry on.
So
Yeah, camera's back on.
Yeah, yeah.
So, the letter is C, and the cryptic clue. I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was
What?
knackered.
What?
The heating in the theatre was knackered, right? Ruined it.
Well, I've got that one already as well.
Yeah?
I mean, these are, the first one's hard, but the
So-
those two
So
are
just a quick
ridiculous.
reminder, JT was the first one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, W, that lad's got bad asthma.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the last one, C, I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered, and it ruined the whole thing.
Okay. And ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk is the email address. You can win
I'm confused with a river
various
full of logs,
treats,
actually.
including
I'm in a
Stigmata.
I'm in
with
a
Gabriel
river full
Byrne.
of logs.
Yeah.
I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, we'll do it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you've
20
got to
minutes
stay
think
tuned
about
for the
it.
answers.
It's not the quickest, so don't go rushing and sort of messing it up. Think about it.
They've got to be given away, Rick. They've got to be given away.
This is Rockbuster.
We've got obviously the big prize Stigmata this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the prize to Ira. I think it's Ira or Ira, but she or he emailed in the right answers and then said if you could enclose the receipt for Stigmata, that would be much appreciated. But I'm amazed by the number of responses we've had.
And someone wants a copy of Tony Banks's solo album, which I was mucking around, so we better buy that in the week to give it away, because I think that'd be an amazing prize to give away.
If you just give the clues
do
again,
the clues and then just give
again
the
I'll
answer.
tell you
Come
what
on.
the answers are.
Right, well, the one that everyone was struggling with was the first one. So
Yeah.
I'll save that. So we'll go to the second one. W,
Yeah,
that lad's got bad asthma.
yeah, we know that.
That was Weezer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good work, well done.
The last one, C, the clue was, I saw that Mousetrap the other day. The heating was knackered in the restaurant.
Yeah,
In the restaurant?
In the theatre.
yeah,
And it ruined the night.
yeah. So it was a cold play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a cold
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
And JT, at the moment, I'm
No,
in
I
a
can't
river,
think of this one.
at the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, I had to say there were some wrong answers. What was it again?
It was Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. We had some wrong answers that included Jethro Tull and James Taylor. I don't know how that relates to it at all.
I'm annoyed at Lake
Yeah.
when he clearly said river. I mean, that's the first thing that cropped up. Not I'm in some water full of logs at the moment. Yeah, I'm in some water full of logs. But he actually had to say river, so not lake. That annoys me. I mean, I didn't get it. Fair enough. I should have worked it out. I should have tried to think
lot of
like
people did
you.
get it.
A lot of people obviously think like you, which is which I'm, you know, worried about. But yeah, James Taylor is great.
Anyway, Rockbusters.
Yeah, go on.
I give a cryptic clue
Yeah.
and a letter, and it makes up a band.
He
Right?
never said the word cryptic a few months ago. I love it. Do you know what I mean? I feel it's like our own little Eliza Doolittle.
Yes.
Right, even Richard will like this one. Here we go then. First one. There's
think-
3 of them,
go on.
and you email in.
If this doesn't turn Dickie round, nothing will.
This is an email-only competition.
Email only. Right, here's the first one. Initial is B, so it's
B.
a band starting with B.
Okay.
And the cryptic clue is, I don't like them birds, they shouldn't be allowed in this area.
I don't like them birds. They shouldn't be allowed in this area. Next one.
Right, the next one. He doesn't like women, yet he's got a couple of kids, that's a bit weird.
Is that a cryptic clue, or is that just...
Is that just a
Is that
thought
just a
you've
general
had?
point?
Is that yeah?
That's the cryptic clue.
Okay.
And the initials there are PD.
Okay.
And, the last one, that
Oh,
one-
got that one. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, quickly.
Oh God.
and the last one is, that bloke who does...
Come on!
It's making me laugh.
Come on, Carl. Be professional.
Right,
Go on.
right, the last one. Right. I can't do it, it's making me laugh.
Oh, come on, I'll come and read them then.
No, hang on,
Come on, Carl.
Right, here we
They
go.
don't do this on Blockbusters on TV, do they?
No, come
Right. That bloke who does sport on telly. He's got a little kid, right? Initials DC.
What? Is that,
I'm
was that the
completely
clue?
confused by that.
Was that the clue?
Yeah, that bloke who does sport on telly,
Yeah.
he's got a little kid. Initials DC.
Okay, is that a band? Or an artist?
It's, well, I'm not
A
gonna tell you.
cheese.
I'm not
This
gonna
is
tell
not
you.
a well-known sandwich. Is it, what is it? Is it a
Fine.
band or an
Right,
artist?
so just quickly recap. That's,
Okay.
it's a
Come on, Carl.
Right,
Come on.
quick recap. The first one is B. I don't think them birds should be around in this area. Right, that's B. Right. Second one, he doesn't like women, yet he's got a few kids. It's a bit weird. That's PD. And the final one, that bloke who does sport on the telly, he's got a little kid. Right. DC.
Right. Okay, right. The results of,
We
Blockbusters.
ain't got a winner for the first time.
Yes, we have.
We've
We've
done
got
this
loads.
feature for.
We've got loads of winners.
No, we haven't. We've done this feature for 3 weeks. This is the first time I've managed to sort of.
What?
Well, let's go through them then.
What have they got wrong?
The first one.
The first one.
What was the
first
clue?
one,
There's
yeah,
loads.
the first
Well, what's the
Well, hang on, let's do them in reverse order first. So what's the last one?
The last one, the clue was that bloke does sport on the telly and he's got a little kid.
What's that?
That's Destiny's Child. Des, who does ITV Sport,
that's
has got a
terrible,
tiny
man.
child, right? No,
That's terrible.
that's fine. They
Yeah,
got
okay,
that.
Destiny's Child.
Des-
What's the one?
Des
What's
Tiny's
the
Child.
middle one?
Right, the middle one,
Right.
right?
Child.
The second one was he doesn't like women. Yeah, he's got a couple of kids. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Right. That was PD. That was Puff Daddy.
That is offensive. Go on.
But that, it's not Puff Daddy. It's Puff Daddy. And he's not even called that anymore. He's called P Diddy.
Well,
Okay, fair enough.
but they got that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I'm being tight, these lot are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Tight means something in Manchester. Go on.
right. And the first one that they're having problems with, I don't think them birds should be allowed in this
They've
area.
got it.
Boyzone.
It's not Boyzone.
What's the clue again?
I don't think them birds should be allowed in this area.
That is perfect. A boy zone. No birds.
No women.
No women, yeah, birds, right? A boy zone. Sorry, Carl. If that isn't the answer, their clue is better than yours. That is brilliant. What was yours? Boy zone, it works perfectly.
What's your answer then?
Bangles.
I have no idea what that means.
Like seagulls. So you don't want them in this area, so you're banning them. Bangles.
Oh! Well, give it to boy zone, because boy zone's better. Don't use birds in allowed this area, it's a boy
I think
zone.
we should have a rollover. Carl beat them. Carl beat them. You have to use his logic,
But
surely.
theirs works. You can't do what am I thinking. No, that's not what I'm thinking. It works perfectly. I think you've got to give it to the ones that got the boy zone.
Well, how about, right, because they didn't actually get into my head and my
Wow,
way of thinking,
heaven
right?
forbid.
How about we just keep back the David Attenborough, and they can have, I'll chuck in the Hellraiser, right?